Hey everybody, we're here with Kat.
Hello.
Kat got a little rowdy with her skinny pedal down at Body Beach and went up over the top with her little truck here. It's a nice truck.
Yeah, been building her for quite some time now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of project. There's a lot of parts on there. It looks like a lot of work's been done already.
Yeah, 7 years. 7 years, and just got her all done, and then took her out to play before I put that cage in, so.
So now it's ready for a cage.
Yeah.
Perfect.
New roof skin, pull it off, and put the bars in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we're concerned about frame damage, so we're going to check the car out a little bit, do some pulling, tweaking, and maybe get the doors to fit a little better. And we'll get her back on the road. Yeah, that's amazing. The whole cab is pushed back.
Isn't that crazy, kind of?
Yeah, but that's a crumple zone. That's what they're made to do, unfortunately.
I mean, that's fortunate. If you would have seen the way we were upside down, I think we made it out pretty great.
Oh, absolutely.
There was enough room to squeeze out the driver, you know? Yeah.
So this is about 90 degrees.
Oh.
This used to be straight.
Did it?
Yeah, it's been folded over flush against the frame, spent 90 degrees, because it used to sit out on 2-3 inches, right? It's sat out here 3 inches underneath this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We're gonna cut the bumper off, and we're gonna refabricate the brackets and straighten them all out and rehang the bumper so it's not pretzeled.
So how do you feel about these leaf springs? Check this one out versus that one. It's gone.
Oh, your bumpers?
Is that what it is?
So that just makes them noisy. Those are silencers. These plastic inserts. When you're going through bumps and you hear that clicking, click, 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 that's this thing slapping.
Okay.
Because when you're airborne and your leaf spring comes unloaded, the springs flex and they open up and these plastic things pop out. So you can just replace them. It's not a big deal.
Do you think that's the one part in this whole suspension, everything that has not been changed?
Why would you change it?
I wasn't sure. If somebody told me if I'm doing it and I'm going to do it right, I need to change them from springs because that's why I bounced over. But I don't know.
Leaf springs are tried and true. Your next step is $5,000 and coilovers, right?
Right.
The weight of the truck and what you're doing, that's a really big commitment. I mean, yeah, that is, I don't say it's right, but it's the next step. But there's trophy trucks that out there running the Baja with leaf springs still. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you may not, Bill said those are the best shocks you can use. So, I mean, everything's...
For stock, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because those are new. The fronts are new. Those are 51s on the front.
Yeah.
But eventually, I mean, at this point, it's going...
Full knife?
Yeah, we're full sending it into a toy.
Well, then, heck
so
yeah.
if I'm going to do it, I'm doing it right.
Well, yeah.
Whoa.
I hope you're recording that. I couldn't do that again if my life depended on
Look
it.
at it. It's like a top.
So where are you cutting?
Right here. We're just gonna pop these brackets off. So I was looking at when I was initially looking at the bumper, it didn't look like it was put on that stout because there's a very, very thin metal plate that holds it all together. And as I was grinding the frame, I realized that they had seam welded the whole thing around. The plate's just an 1/8 inch thick, but they've seam welded all the way around the frame. And where it bent was at the weakest point. So that's what we gotta fix. So I'm gonna leave all the stuff welded to the frame where it's at. And just cut it off there. Because we can just re-weld it back on very easily.
tire mount supposed to be off a little over the axle, or is it?
There's no right or wrong. It depends on the manufacturer.
Oh, okay. I'm learning a lot.
Good. That's what we're all about here. You can see the frame's still straight.
Yeah, it looks pretty straight. That's why I was wondering if they were just all cockeyed like that.
What's that? Oh, the tires?
Yeah.
Well, no, the tire probably slid over when you rolled it. Like if you loosen the tire's just hanging on a cable.
Right.
If you were to loosen it and lower it down and retighten it, it would square itself back up.
Okay.
Step on your license plate over here. There you go. Perfect. We're going to straighten it out the hillbilly way.
Is that working?
Yeah, but it's not working the way I want it to work.
I do.
We're going to heat this up so it bends easier, makes it softer.
You said you've had the truck 7 years?
Yeah, I've had it go, it's 8 years this year, but I've been building it for 7 years. I got it from somebody else who, when I got it, didn't run, didn't have doors, didn't have mirrors. I pretty much built it from ground up, engine first and then body.
So I didn't get your full story. So what, all Nick told me was 67 surgeries.
Yeah, so I just had my 68th surgery.
For what?
I just had a gallbladder removed. I have stage 4 endometriosis. It started 8 years ago when I was 20.
Oh my.
I had a kidney collapse, and we went in to find out what was collapsing it, and it was an endometrioma collapsing the tube.
Oh my.
And they found out when they went in to remove that thing that was collapsing the tube, they noticed I was stage 4, and it was time to pretty much reconstruct the kidney.
So it's been uphill ever since then, huh?
Yeah, off to the races,
No
right?
kidding, wow.
But it really hasn't stopped. It's just caused and wreaked havoc on my body. So recently they took the gallbladder out to rule out Crohn's disease.
Oh my.
And I told everybody, I was like, you know what, by the time I'm old, I'll have no parts to remove. So I'll be like, great, probably. I don't know. I'd hope so anyway. I had a labrum tear, and then I go into septic shock a lot from the kidney. When they, 8 years ago, when they reimplanted the kidney back into my back, I had a bag that filtered it out, and they put an infection, right? E. coli infection got trapped in that kidney, and now it's caused septic shock. Every 4 to 5 months I go into sepsis. So I was just hospitalized 2 months ago for 7 days with septic shock.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
Not at all. And then the gallbladder happened, and then the day I met you, I woke up peeing blood, and I was like, oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I need to go get it checked out. And then it was kidney stones, so it's just kind of one of those things where you just battle it as it comes, and in between you have...
You party.
Yeah, fun. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I look at my life anyway.
Wow. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it definitely humbled me to the point where now I just live it. They say, you want to jump on? I'm like, yeah,
absolutely.
Sign me up, grab me a helmet.
That's right. That's
so cool. It's definitely going to be an adventure watching this truck go into something I can, with age comes cage.
Right,
you know?
right.
Here it comes.
Whatever.
I would rather have my cage.
Right.
My bike was my bigger thing growing up, and kidneys and a bike just don't go well together.
That's
so
right. No,
the truck was the runner. Always would pick. I'd have anybody follow me out on the trail, like load my bike up if I could keep going.
Right.
And so I plan to keep it that way. Because a lot of people are like, well, why don't they just get rid of the kidney? Well, the other one collapses. So there's that little battle in your head. Like, you get rid of one, then you only have one.
That's right. No spare.
No spare, right.
Right.
So we're just going to run this one to the ground.
We have nothing else in our body for a spare, so it's obviously important, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I hear you.
A liver, they say, will grow back.
Really?
Yeah, if you cut your liver in half, the cells grow back.
I'll take your word. I don't ever want to test that theory. So your goal is then to fix this cab?
Yes. So I'm trying to forward right now the roof skin. It was $5.11 online.
So why though?
If you just push it out, the front window won't be able to go in properly without it cracking because of the frame damage.
It's structural.
Right.
Okay. That's right. I forgot they moved to that structural system back in the 90s. I forgot about that.
And now because of that.
Well, no, the windshield is actually structure. It's part of the frame.
Oh.
When they glue the windshield in, that adds to your crash test certification.
That makes sense. Because, I mean, the windshield does a lot. Even with water in the firewall.
Right.
Like, that was the first reason I had redone the truck. Was I had water leakage. And I was like, man, what the heck? I've redone everything. So I was like, okay, redo the doors, redo the seals. Wasn't that. Redid the windshield seal. Done. And I thought, okay, the windshield definitely played a huge part in the build. What would you do? Would you try and...
I'm a basket case when it comes to this stuff. I don't know about out here.
Uh-huh.
Anywhere but Arizona, in Utah, anywhere but the high deserts, the frames rust out.
Right.
And cabs are $500.
Right.
It probably cost you $1,000 to go get it, bring it back, but you're looking at $1,500 for a full cab swap.
So I thought about doing a full cab swap, and that was my best bet, is get a donor car.
Well, the only reason I say that is because the amount of work, I mean, if it's sentimental, that's one thing, but the amount of work involved to bring this thing back to structural integrity, just because the pillars have shifted
down, right.
I mean, you're looking at 70, 80 hours of work on a frame rack.
Well, and I looked up, like, doors already, right? Like, just for giggles to see what it would be.
Yeah.
Just the door. And that was a grand piece. A donor car was something I was looking at. My buddy does have a collision shop. He said he was going to call around to see if they had any in my year. Cabs left. The cabs here in Cab is picked apart.
No, you can't. No, you can't get nothing in this town.
Yeah.
LA or Albuquerque or Phoenix are your only options.
Okay.
And sometimes I've seen Vegas pull through some really cool stuff, but Vegas is so small compared to Phoenix and LA.
See, I'm from San Diego. I'm used to like Chula Vista junkyards. That's why I got those two doors on that side for the 2004 because it was just something.
Yeah, because
way more cost efficient to pull it off myself.
Because with everybody on their phones, a total truck being rear-ended is a dime a dozen.
They said it was a lot of work to redo the cab. The body guy, the collision guy that I talked to.
Without doubt.
Do you think it's a lot more work than trying to straighten it? Because right now, that's what we're trying to do is cut out that skin, straighten it up as best we can get it to get that window in. Because somebody said a plexi, like say I put a plexi in.
Right, now you can't do that.
Yeah, I couldn't because
you'll get a ticket. You get a ticket 3 days in this town.
Really?
Oh yeah, cops are very meticulous about
Son
stuff.
of a gun.
I love Havasu, but they're tolerant of these side-by-sides that aren't street legal all over the place, but for some reason, there's some stuff they're just not tolerant of.
It's so strange.
It is.
So strange. You don't have to wear a helmet on a dirt bike or a street bike, but watch out. There's a window issue. Can't wear goggles. Still over just a tad.
Which way?
It's over this way a little. There's a little bit more.
What is it?
Well, the good part is that means it might be on the road faster than I thought, right?
Oh, you'd be driving. Well, yeah.
Not until I fix that roof.
Right.
But.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So are you from San Diego?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in San Diego. Yeah. I moved my whole life out here because they say Mayo Clinic's #1 in the world. Came to find out.
We'll get Fred to help us.
Fred, your handy dandy Fred?
You remember the Flintstones?
Yeah. Give it a good whack-a-mole.
Go hold that so when I break my tack, it doesn't fly across the shop.
Sounds good.
Pull it away from the hull or the boat. There you go. Perfect.
Perfect.
Good old Fred.
Yeah,
I like Fred.
that was the winning move right there.
All right.
It's funny how sometimes you're just gonna beat it in place.
Never force it. You get a bigger hammer, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I need that thing though.
straighter than that.
And you could tell at center.
Yeah, the line?
Yeah, like the line
Okay.
should go way up. It's like
Yeah.
almost like the water line from when I rinsed her off. She was way muddier. I promise. And before I even started working on it, I like sprayed her 3 times, a little soap, but I was like, okay, got most of the mud out.
Need Fred.
That's pretty straight. Even when it comes to the level.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it definitely
Like when you look at the tailgate and the gap, it's like almost perfect. Tell you what, good thing the brackets lined up for us.
Right? See this here? The protrusion. If the metal burns back to that tip, it does what it did when I first started. It welds it together and you have to pull it apart.
Okay.
It happened to me just now.
You
So,
don't feed it.
well, the thing is, you got to keep it about half a finger away from your material. So what I usually do is, see how that is?
Yep.
I'll roll into it like that. If you roll into it like that, it melts it.
To it.
So if you try to do it this way, it's really difficult to hold it away at a certain distance. But if you lay it here and if you be lazy and just lay it against there,
And rock it back and forth.
well, you don't even have to rock it. You just squeeze it and you'll drag it.
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll have you do this one here. You'll start here. And you'll just pull the trigger, and as you watch the puddle develop, you'll watch me do it. And then as I'll let you do it, you just take it, you'll just drag it back here like this. And you got to do tiny little circles.
Okay.
Because what you're doing is when you're melting the metal, you got to back out, you got to pull away from it to let it cool, and then you go back into it. So some people do like these horseshoe things, and that's what
Okay.
you'll learn in school.
Like the triangle.
Yes.
Okay.
If you watch this, my buddy Merlin taught me this trick 20 years ago. If you do circles, your welds will look a lot cleaner.
Okay.
And it's strictly visual because it still works, it's still structural, still past the weld test, when they do that. So just watch me here for the first
And then
piece.
did you need to straighten that back out, or does it matter?
It don't matter.
Okay, cool. Well, let's see what you do.
You ready? Can you see it? Oh yeah, you're shorter than me, so you can see underneath there. See it melting?
Yeah.
And see, I'm just doing tiny little circles.
I've welded an exhaust on before.
Yeah?
Yeah, for my BMW 318i when I was a kid.
So trade me helmets. This is, sorry about the sweaty. This is a auto darkening, so you can actually see what you're doing when you're lined up with it. I'm sure you've used one before, but. Ooh, you got a tiny head.
Okay.
Well, that's-
Yeah, at least that one drops down. This one has like a little bit of play.
All right. Here, want gloves?
Yeah.
And there's a shelf here. Just drag it across that shelf is all you're gonna do.
Right? What do you want to rest?
However you're comfortable.
Pull back.
So I would, yeah, there you go, yep. And what you do is, now that the gun's on the shelf, you can actually just drag it across the shelf. You know what I mean? Can you still see?
Cool.
Use both hands. I got the table here. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. No, you're perfect. You're good. Just go.
How far do I go?
That's plenty. We're just repairing the stuff I cut away. Let's go do the other side. See where I ground away?
Okay, and then go back this way, or does it matter?
Yep, it don't matter, whichever way is more comfortable for you. See the difference? Just being comfortable is like night and day.
On that
You know
side.
how to weld. So what are you going to school for? To learn the
To
metallurgy?
learn the proper
The
way.
metallurgy?
Yeah, and to make sure that no matter what, like, they hold, right?
Right.
To the thicknesses of
Structural.
the metal. Yeah, and then the types. Like, I want to learn stick
Yeah.
and TIG.
I've been TIGging for 15 years. 3 weeks ago, I did aluminum tubing with TIG, and it held, first time.
Aluminum, I heard, is hard.
That's terrible. Tubing is worse. Thin tubing is even worse. So I've been struggling for years. So I was all proud when it turned out right. I was like, oh, that's how we did it, huh?
That was pretty.
Yeah, not bad.
Mine just looks like chicken poop right now.
No, it doesn't. Yours looks really good. That's amazing. I mean, seriously, that's just because you weren't comfortable. Like I said, the whole key is once you figure out how to be comfortable, your welds turn out beautiful. It's that obvious.
Well, in practice, right? Because that's
Well-
like the hugest thing.
No, that's not practice. Look at my welds. They look like shit. I've been doing it for 40 years. Where my buddy can just grab a gun and he can close. He don't even put a helmet on. Yeah, he just closes his eyes and and see when it starts to run and drop and drool like that.
Yeah.
You just stop.
And let it kinda
cools.
set.
It cools and hardens, and then you can go back into it. When there's a big gap like that you know you're not going to be able to bridge
Right.
because it melts away, you just build up one side of it, build up the other side of it, then you can bridge the smaller gap. That's the
Creative
easy-
strength.
Yeah, that's the easiest way I've found to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd say that's a solid weld. Like I said though, you will have to plate this. I would get another piece of plate the same thickness and just go across the top and catch this piece here where it's been pie cut and just do a seam weld around it and it'll make it stronger. Not today, but at some point we want to do that. But I got an easy up. We can put you right there where the double ski trailer is. And you park your butt out there all day long and take the cab loose.
Yeah.
We roll it in here, we put it on the lift it off, put it on a jet ski stand. You can roll around, do whatever you need with it. If you have another cab ready to go,
Yeah.
we could have it staged, ready to go and have it dropped on, and we roll you right back out onto the easy up, and you can sit there and whittle away at it.
So let's start.
And then you can be like, hey, I got a question.
Okay. What would you do with the rear? Would you remove the whole thing because that panel on the side?
What's that?
Or is it time for bedsides? This one, this cracked panel. There's a huge crack actually in the panel itself.
That just broke the paint.
Really?
Yeah.
Because right here, that's like metal.
Oh my,
Yeah.
that's weird.
I thought it was
Well,
just
here, hold on,
paint
let me put my glasses on. I can't see nothing. Oh my.
Yeah.
Wait, is that metal? What's that? No, that's not metal, is it?
Yeah.
It looks cast to me.
I mean, it could be.
That's not metal.
That's body.
It's aluminum. That's cast aluminum. That's metal. That's so weird. There's not a stitch of metal in there. It's Bondo. It's been repaired before. So yeah, just beat it.
Fully.
Yeah, just beat it out. Beat it out. Grind the Bondo out.
And then put more Bondo.
Yeah, exactly. I need Fred's little brother.
Yeah, it is pretty unbelievable what you just did.
Not to toot my own horn, but I'm impressed.
If you're able to beat that out like that, and this tail light, because that's the only other issue, right, for the rear half, really, is getting that over so this closes properly, and the tail light goes right in. I mean, the old one came out perfectly.
Let's take a look. get your light and it doesn't fit, just bring it by and we'll adjust it into place there.
Okay. Same spot, same truck, same thing happened. On the roof it went. I said, it's just perfect. That tire length away. Everybody says, you know, throttle out. I don't know if I throttled out where I would have ended, but I'm glad I did not.
Well, the thing is, you got to throttle in, not throttle out. If you don't throttle in, it hooks and flips. Well, yeah, you know that now,
But so when it came up on that rock, right, and I had to brake, because that rock pivot point, boom, and bounced back. That bounce is what shifted it.
See, at that point, once you started braking, there's no throttling out. Once you slow down the momentum so you don't hit the rock, you've lost all the ability to correct out of it.
See, I thought it would have sent me faster.
It probably would have.
And if it would have, we would have ended up in all those trees.
All the math is here, right?
Right.
So the closer you get to the rock, that math has already put you past it. So no matter how you address the rock, your math is already wrong. Looks like we got some repair work to do on the lid here. It's kind of caved in and it's lowered. So we're gonna have to push up on the thing there. We got it all set up and staged. We've got our interior all pulled. And we're kind of set up and we're gonna start pushing vertically here, hopefully.
That corner straightened out so good.
Yeah, it really did. All right, so we're back here with Kat. We've finished up the truck. We've fixed the bumper. We've welded it back on. We have fixed the roof. We've fixed most of the interior. We've fixed the exterior. We've pushed a bunch of stuff. We've had a new windshield installed. It's sealed up tight now. She actually picked up a couple days ago and she's been driving it. So how's it been going?
It's been pretty good. I've been having a blast back in the truck, thank God, on the road. She's driving straight. She's running perfectly. When it comes to the rest of it, I got all my lights and all my legal stuff good to go. My new windshield's a plus, no cracks. I took it out to the beach yesterday, was able to freestyle ride. It's my second day back on a ski since my gallbladder surgery, which was my 68th surgery.
So you took it to Body Beach?
I did. I had to take it back because I thought, you know, I couldn't have that last memory be so terrible. I had to prove to everybody 3 weeks out it'll be back on that beach with me riding it. So I was pretty stoked on it. I had to test it too. I went real slow my whole way there just in case that windshield cracked. But on the way back, I gave it a little beans and I was like, okay, no cracks, we're good.
It's gonna hold
so
together.
It's gonna hold, yeah. I'm stoked, and now I just gotta save for a new cab.
Right on, perfect.
Please give Jim a follow and a subscribe. He is so rad. I am like 110,000% thankful for this man. Like his channel. It's rad what he does. Keep following.